Hello YouTubers, how are you today? Today I'm in the woods again on my own. Look, just no one here. Basically. Yeah, I do that on my spare time. I just go into the woods on my own. Creepy. Anyway, today I'm going to talk about the psychology in Yu-Gi-Oh! If I don't know what that is, basically it is like how people understand, how do you read your opponent. Basically it's all psychology. How you read your opponent is how their facial expression is. They got a good hand, will they not say anything? They stare at their hand more often. If they don't know what they're doing, they look at their hand, they look at their grave, see what they can do. It's like if you play Monster Reborn, you know that your opponent hasn't got anything else in their hands. Like no monsters, either big monsters, which you can't summon, whoa, or that's the only opportunity he's got and he has no monsters in the hand. Creepy. Anyway. Whoa! Oh, I just went into flies. Ah! Thumbs down for location. They're everywhere. This is English weather. It's supposed to be good. Oh, it's all itchy now. If your opponent, you need to understand, if your opponent either has spells or traps face down. How do you know? I mean, if it's the first turn, it can be obvious. Like, say if he played first, it can be quite obvious that that could be a mystical space typhoon face down. Because if you have a Solemn Warning face down, of course you're going to set it. And that's a waste. How you win, of course, is that you've got to have an advantage over your opponent. That is the #1 rule. If you have an advantage, over your opponent, for example, if you have more cards in your hand, and if you have the cards to go for game, then go for game. If you waste a turn, you can lose, basically. If you're just waiting for one card, you're stalling, basically. If you're going to stall and wait for better cards in your hand, then, you know, set up some defense, bluff. That's the main thing, bluffing. Think it as poker. You bluff, and then you win millions. Instead of millions, you win packs. And I'm really scratching my back now because of those flies. Also, know what cards you need to win. There's no point summoning a monster and then going, I didn't need to do that. Why did I need to do that? If I had that card in my hand, I could have won. Know what you're doing. Think before you act. I've done that myself one time. I put a Alea Justice, I put a Catasta in defense with enemy controller, and then I was more focused on Wilhelm Knight's effect. That when he destroys a monster in defense mode, I'll get a X-Blade monster. Oh, I'm so tired. And then I was more focused on that effect that I forgot about Catasta's effects. And Wilhelm Knight got destroyed. I don't know where I am now. Misplays are bad. And if you have a crowd, like me, I did, it was really embarrassing. And doesn't live up to your reputation. Where am I now? on a pathway. Anyway, other thing is, keep track of your life points. Sometimes if you don't have life point, like paper, calculator in front of you, your opponent can cheat life points. Like, instead of taking 1,000 off, they can take 2,000 off, and then they know that they'll have gain next turn, because they'll be like, oh, all I need is for him to be on 2,000 and I could beat him. So keep track. Calculator, pen. Us Yu-Gi-Oh people, we are good at math. Whoa. I think that's it really. I've got to get myself out of these woods. I'm scared.